Hi everyone. So today I just made a very special recipe by my good friend Richard Roman, who's from Wisconsin in the Midwest United States. This is a shrimp scampi that was absolutely wonderful. Isn't it amazing how food bonds people together across continents? I'm sitting here in Bangalore, India. My friend Rick is in Wisconsin. He makes his recipe for my YouTube channel, and I am devouring and enjoying it at the moment. It's just absolutely fabulous. I can't describe this in words. So watch the video that's coming up. You guys are going to absolutely love this. I guarantee it.
Good evening. Yeah, this is, I'm doing this for Varun. I got my family around me. It's Christmas Eve. It's Wisconsin. It's the Midwest in the United States. And this is the only reason they come to my house, I think, on Christmas Eve. They gotta have it. This is that shrimp scampi. So we've tried for years to figure out a good recipe, and I think we nailed it. I'm doing this for Varun, a good buddy of mine on the middle of the planet. So this is what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna do shrimp scampi. I'm gonna take my shrimp. I've got some olive oil here, and that's I've got a couple of cups of olive oil in there. And I get that nice and hot, and then I'm gonna put my shrimp in there. Now, these are pre-cooked shrimp, so you gotta be careful. You don't wanna make them tough. So here we go. We're gonna put them in there just for a couple of minutes. And there we go. Let's let those warm up just a little bit. Over here, I've got the water boiling for the pasta. Got 4 boxes of pasta here because my children love this stuff. So we're gonna let those simmer just for a minute. Remember, don't overcook them. So after a couple of minutes here, we're just going to take these out of here because we don't want them to get too tough. We're going to start running the rest of the ingredients through right here in this olive oil. So remember that olive oil, it's a couple of cups olive oil. And that's the base for everything that we do. All right, here we go. We're going to set this aside for a second. We got the pasta going. So now I think what we're going to do, let me show you what I've got going on here. So this is a pretty large batch. And so what we have here is we've got the tomatoes here. So these are, what I've done is I've taken all the seeds out of this, and then I've diced it up, but not too fine, because if you get it too fine, they disappear. So that's about a cup of tomatoes, a little bit over a cup, but just a cup of tomatoes is fine. Here we've got about a half a cup of parsley, and if you break that down, that's going to be about a half a cup of parsley. Remember, that's going to bring flavor. That's more for color than anything, and you'll see that at the end. And then we've got scallions. So scallions are interesting. Not everybody could get scallions. Scallions are a type of onion. So here we go. I've got a cup of scallions there. And the scallions, if you don't have the scallion, you can use green onions. Green onions is going to give you that green color like we saw before. Then we've got here. This is the star of the show, in my opinion. The star of the show there is going to be the finely chopped. That's going to be a dozen cloves of garlic, and then we've got a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then of course the juices, right? So we've got the olive oil here, and then now we've got the wine, and that's 2 cups of Chardonnay wine, and then we've got just about a quarter cup of lemon juice. What's important on this recipe is between the wine and the lemon juice, you've got to put it together the way you like it. I'm going to show you the way I like it. I like it tart. Here we go. We're going to put the garlic is in the pan. Okay. We're going to put the shallots in the pan. And now we got the tomatoes. Right? Look at that color. Beautiful color, right? There we have it. So we're going to let that cook for 3 minutes. What I like to do is I actually like to take the pepper at this stage, and I like to put it in there because I want it to take over. Okay? I like it to take over. Now, so again, salt. Because we're going to put this in pasta, you can't salt this enough at this point. That's my own view. I think my wife would probably disagree, right, honey?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to be a little light on it at first, and then later. We like to let everybody just salt it the way they like it when we're done. But this is going to bring to a boil, and just for a couple of minutes, we're going to let this thing roll, okay? We'll be back in just a second. In a couple of minutes, we'll come back and we'll finish this thing up. Okay, so look at this. We're super rich, cooking down. Now what we're going to do is going to take the 2 cups of Chardonnay. We're going to put that in. Okay? And now what are we going to do? We're going to take that lemon juice. Now, what I like to do is put about half of that lemon juice in there. Reason being, depends on what wine you get. Sometimes you can get a wine it's just a little bit more tart. You don't want this thing to be too tart. And this is where the art comes in, because now we've got this here. We're going to let this simmer. We're going to let this get to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down. We're going to let it cook a little bit. And as soon as I get it to this point, everybody gather around. And I'm not going to show you that on this video, but what we do is we gather around, everybody gets 2 spoons. Dad gets 1 shot. You can taste the first one. Everybody gives a little opinion. And what we do is put a little lemon, we put a little bit more olive oil, we put a little more. That's where the fantastic part of this is. And once everybody says, that's it on their 2nd spoon, then we're ready to serve. So let's let this boil for a little bit. We're going to come back in just a second. Okay, we're back. So trying to save a little tape time here. A couple of minutes. We let this richness just cook down. And this, again, while I was off camera, I tested this for me anyway. We're going to ask the family to come in and test in just a second with you. But I think this one's a pretty good one. So the Chardonnay wine, you could try a Riesling or something. If you know a good wine that's not too sweet, you got to remember, okay? Hey, let's look over here. So the pasta's done. So let me turn the pasta off. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the, oh, that's hot. Yep, I'm going to grab that. And I'm going to strain this out right away. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. Strain it out. And because I don't want it to get cold, I'm going to go ahead and shake it. See, I'm shaking it out. Put it back in there. I want that to stay warm. Okay, and here we go. This is what's going to happen next. This is that wonderful flavor we talked about. Hey, family, everybody got to get a spoon. Come on, let's try this. Who's going to try this? A little bit warm. I know they don't want to be on camera, but we'll let them all taste it. Here you go, Mom. You try this one. Trevor, here you go. Here, I'll give that to you. Jake's got that one. Trevor's got that one. What do you think? This is the way we do this. I got a thumbs up over here. I got a thumbs up over here. I got a thumbs up in front. And this one over here looks a little skeptical. What do you need? Salt?
Too much lemon.
Too much lemon? That means I got to put a little bit more olive oil in it. Thank you, Jacob. I'll put a little bit more olive oil in it. Okay. One of the things I'll warn you when you do this is that if you think that this is a strong flavor when you're trying at this point, don't fool yourself. Once the pasta goes in and the shrimp goes back in, that's where it gets a little bit. So you have to, they all got good palates, and that's why we adjusted it right there. Okay, so here we go. Shrimp's going back in. Yeah, that's the shrimp we cooked earlier. Here's that cup of the green stuff. This is just going to make it beautiful. This wonderful business is about to get married with the pasta. There we go. I'm going to just comb it right in there. My wife loves when I cook, but she does not love what I do to the kitchen when I cook. Now I'm going to plate one. I'm going to plate one for you. Look, this is not a commercial kitchen, but this is the happy house of the Romans. There you go. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of that in here. I'm going to take the pasta. Now I'm going to take the color, and I'm going to set the color right on top. There it is. Look at that wonderful pasta plate. Merry Christmas from the Midwest, US of A.